The driver swing plane is somewhat similar to the iron swing plane that we teach. However, there are some fundamental differences. In this section, I'll address the importance of a horizontal swing plane and how this swing plane benefits you as a golfer. Also included in this section are 7 fundamentals that will literally transform your golf swing off of the tee. The first point to understand is that your driver swing plane has to be different than your iron swing plane in order to generate results off the tee. When hitting your driver, it's necessary to have a more horizontal swing plane and swing more around your spine than you did with your irons. We teach a more horizontal swing plane. It's important to note that having a more vertical swing plane will add torque at the top of your backswing, but will be more difficult to get square at impact. Also, it's okay and actually recommended that you take a bigger backswing in order to generate power and distance, mainly because the club is longer. The fundamentals in this section can also be applied to your fairway woods, but remember that the ball isn't on a tee, so you have to be careful with your swing plane. The first fundamental of the backswing is that you should have no weight shift back and away from the target. We teach this fundamental in all of our instruction. This fundamental increases the probability that you'll begin your downswing properly and effectively, allowing for the downswing to be as successful as possible. The second fundamental and your first move in your backswing is to turn around your spine, starting with your trailing shoulder instead of your leading shoulder. This initial move is the coil and a position that generates power, distance, and accuracy in your backswing. The objective of this move is to put your body, shoulders, and arms in a position to release through the target and generate maximum distance from the swing. At first, this might be a little awkward if you haven't been exposed to our instruction, but it works in conjunction with the weight shift fundamental to ensure consistency and to bring out accuracy in your game with your driver. The third fundamental is that your leading arm needs to stay straight at the beginning of your backswing and takeaway. Be careful that you don't start your swing by bringing back the club parallel to your body, because it'll be difficult to turn around your spine when you extend your backswing. The fourth fundamental that we want to address is that a wrist cock happens naturally when you have a driver in your hand. When you approach the top of your backswing, there are a few factors that contribute to generating a wrist cock. The first is that the driver is longer than your irons. Since the driver is longer, it'll cause your hands to move further back due to inertia on the golf club. Secondly, a wrist cock is generated with your driver when you apply light grip pressure. The fifth fundamental and the second move in the backswing that happens naturally when you turn around your spine is that your elbow is a little off the side in your backswing. In our full swing and short game instruction, we teach that the elbow stays locked to its side. When you hit your driver, the wrist cock, and the position that your club is in at the top of your backswing, your trailing elbow will come off the side of your body a little. This will happen naturally when you complete an effective backswing. Be aware that if your elbow comes unnaturally off your body and in the air, the downswing and follow-through will be very difficult to complete effectively. The sixth and a very important fundamental is that your leading arm needs to remain straight throughout the entire backswing process. The seventh and final fundamental is a reference point that occurs naturally with your driver. Your club shaft should be pointed down the third baseline at the top of your backswing. In our full swing iron instruction and throughout our short game instruction, we teach that your backswing should stop as soon as your leading arm gets parallel with the ground. However, the proper positioning at the top of your backswing with your driver should be pointed down the third baseline. Your wrist will have to cock in order to complete this fundamental, but be aware to not extend your backswing too far, because this will cause difficulties in timing and a proper weight shift and club position through the impact zone. Understand that the only way that you're going to develop consistency in your game is if you're getting the club started on a consistent path each time you begin your backswing off the tee. And these fundamentals allow for your muscle memory to be developed in order to generate consistency with your driver.